Alright, gonna go ahead and try to remove this generator, or at least get to where I can take the case off of it, because I can't. Those screws that go into the side of the case are just way too close to the side of this, and I can't get anything in there to get it out. So let me see if I can try to remove this at all. So let me see what I can figure out. Alright, so these back panel walls have been removed. Same over here. And back here, top panel. I have not removed the ones on the doors yet, but came out nice. Got a couple outlets I had to work around to get it out. Mostly took it out in one piece. I'll have enough to trace onto a new piece of plywood. But everything is really clean. Again, just no rust. All that stuff you see down there that looks like rust is actually adhesive from the floor, like that stuff right there. But it's coming along nicely. So I'll get the other pieces of plywood and trace them out. And once I put these back in and they got new upholstery in them, they'll look brand new. They'll look really clean and fresh. And then I can get back to building these cabinets. Alright, so take you on a little journey. I got some pictures to kind of show you the progress of what it's been, but this is a 1990 B250 Class B camper van. It was done by Roadtrek in Canada, and they stopped making them in the mid-2000s, I believe, but this one is a classic, and it is in fantastic shape. I am going to be restoring this, and this is what this whole video is going to be about. This will undoubtedly take a long time to do, so fortunately for you, you'll be able to watch it as if it just happened overnight. But this is going to be the journey on getting this bad boy fixed up. So kind of show you where I am at this point. This whole seat, well, this seat over here was identical to this one, but both of them swivel 360. But you see the nasty old shag carpet? That was pretty much everywhere in here. So I've ripped all that out. I'm going to be redoing the floors, the seats, the upholstery on pretty much everything, and freshening it up. Now where I am in the journey so far is I pulled all the wall panels down, and I do have before and after photos of that, kind of half-ass really. But so I will reupholster everything, including the wall panels. And the wall panels are for sure going to be on vinyl, with vinyl. That way you can clean them very well and they won't absorb smells and all that kind of stuff. But it does have a full kitchen, so let's take a little tour. Alright, so now we're going to take kind of a little inside tour. So, of course, driver and passenger seat. I'm 5'7", and I'm able to stand up completely. I still got a 3-4 inches over my head. So you're going to have two jump seats, one here and one here. I pulled that one to get to the batteries, and I'm going to be rewiring everything. So here's a little kitchenette. It's got 2-burner propane stove, a sink, a Dometic 2-way fridge. So this runs off of 12 volt, electric as well as gas. In the closet here, you actually have a toilet. I know it's kind of hard to see. They had a hot water heater right here that they rigged up, but I didn't like the way they did it, so I ripped it out. I'll figure out something. Probably put a on-demand water heater under the sink. they had it to where they were running hot line and the hot line and the electrical right there, and they just covered it with a board, and they didn't do a very good job of it. But then again, I am very anal retentive about everything. This is the old charge controller, or these are called power converters, not inverters, because these convert shore power into 12 volt. So I'll probably end up going with back with something similar to this, but obviously new. This works fine, but when you turn it on and you hook the shore power, you just hear that electrical hum, and it annoys me. So change that out. All these cabinets back here have been rebuilt. They were made out of some like particle press wood stuff, and it was a 1/2-inch plywood. I went back with a 1/2-inch sanded ply to keep it the same weight. A lot of people make a mistake when they buy a van and they convert it. They put all this nice stuff in it, but it weighs a ton. So before you put you and your gear and whatever in there, you're already at weight capacity for the suspension of the vehicle. Not doing that here. This is a gas furnace. I tried this out for the first time the other night just to try it, and it actually works great. And it runs off of a thermostat, an old school thermostat. So you can set a temperature and it'll keep it up. But this right here shows it with the little round table. There is a square table, but it's going to be a bench seat here, a bench seat here, and both of them have backers. And there's a long table that goes in between, and then you can push that long table down, put the cushions out, and you got a queen size bed. Now this unit here does have a rooftop AC with heater. The way these originally came is you put a window unit right here, which I like that better, which I'll probably end up putting a fantastic fan here for more exhaustion and pulling out moisture or whatever, and put the air conditioner back here because I do have the gas furnace. So, and the reason you're able to put that AC back there, in 1990, you have to give them credit, they were pretty genius for thinking about this. But in the back of the van, with the fiberglass cap, they vented it, and there's baffles in there to separate the exhaust from the intake, so it's pretty well done. And this is kind of a view. Well, this is the view from the back. So, like again, I've redone all the cabinets. I need to, caulk them, or actually wood putty them and paint them and all that. But this is going to be an absolutely brand new looking camper van when it's done. So somebody's going to end up buying something very nice. It did have a generator. I still have the generator, but it needs a lot of work. And the van is so old that they do not make the insulation kits for them anymore. So that's not something I really think would be advisable to put in there unless you can redo the insulation. Don't want to burn up the van and yourselves. Alright. So for the back of the van, we'll do a little tour of the exterior. This was repainted about 6 years ago, but they didn't do a very good job, I'll be honest. There's runs in the paint. It appears in some spots they may have even painted over stickers. There's runs in the clear coat. So I don't know who did this, but I do know that the person I bought it from said that he had kind of given the guy a tight timeline to do this in, and I think it was kind of just whatever you can do. But it's, I mean, it still looks very good, very clean, especially for 1990. You won't find one this clean. Got the spare tire in the back, which instead of, it used to have it to where it was in one of these back cabinets, the one on the right. But I've taken that out. Well, actually, they've taken that out. So whenever I redid the cabinet, I took out that section and made it to where it's more flat. It didn't have the big circle in it. So I'll explain that more later. So we got the spare tire on the back. You got all your windows pop up, so even in the rain you can still open your windows, which is why another reason why I want to put that fantastic fan on instead of that air conditioner on top. But here is the hatch to the back of the refrigerator, and here is the electrical and gas here. So you put your shore power in, you can hook up to city water, or whatever. Here's your gas tanks as far as propane. Down here is where your sewer outlet is. It does have a black tank, so it's not one of those cartridge ones where you're going to gag yourself every time you go empty it. So this thing's in fantastic shape, and when I get done with it, it's going to be really good. One of the major things that I have to do to it before I put it on the road is I have to redo the upper and lower ball joints. So it'll by the time someone purchases this, they'll have almost a brand new suspension on it. So we're gonna put a little money into it. We're gonna put a lot of work into it for sure. But this is it's gonna be a really fun project. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting to learn how to do this. I've already learned so much about interiors of vehicles and vans, things like that. I was the type of person that I wanted a camper van years before camper vans became popular. And here's why. I'm an outdoorsman, and also don't have a ton of money. So to find places to hunt and fish these days, well, especially hunting, can cost. It's just unrealistic. It's getting to the point where most working class people cannot afford to do these things anymore. So state lands, things like that, have really become a backbone of the working class hunting community, really. So when I go places like that, being in a tent, like, it's okay, but once I hit 40 years old, it's like, this is for the birds. So what I have done is taken my music trailer here, because I'm a musician as well. I gutted it and insulated it, put an air conditioner in it, had simple little electrical hookup. So I just turn my generator on, plug it in, and I got juice inside. And this has actually been great because I put my four-wheeler in it. Once I get to where I'm going, I pull it out, blow up my air mattress. While everybody's outside in the rain or the cold, I'm inside with my little heater on my air mattress, watching the iPad, eating snacks. Even got a little small portable toilet, so it works. But this is going to be much better. But like I said, I'm going to take you along on this journey, and we're going to learn a lot together. But I'm going to keep you updated on as we go. The tires look amazing. They don't have any wear on the tread at all. But you got to be careful, especially on a RV. Even though these tires look great, they're 2018 tires, and I'm filming this in November of 2024. So that is another thing that we're going to have to change. It's not the tread on tires, especially on RVs. You got to really look at the age. After 5-6 years, you don't need to be running that, and that's pretty much any tire you're going to put on the road. So I'll keep you updated on what's going on, but this is going to be a fun project. Over and out.